And we welcome you to McKinley Field on the campus of Urbana High School. It's homecoming football today on the Tigers Media Network. Tonight, the Tigers take on the Central Maroons. I'm Joey Wright, joined by Miller Calhoun. Miller, we've got a lot to talk about with this matchup. First things first, it's homecoming, a big game against a fierce rival, and it's a very winnable game for both sides. Neither side has had an incredibly successful season to this point. How do you see it playing out?
I think this is going to be a huge point in the season, changing point for either Urbana or Central. Use this as a launching pad for the rest of the season, catapult their status in the Big 12 Conference. But I think it's going to be a great game and beautiful Saturday afternoon / morning, whatever you want to call it.
Definitely.
For football.
This game being played Saturday at noon, and we'll get into why later on. But the first thing is, it is Saturday at noon, and it's sunny out. We don't get that for any other football game on the schedule. How do the players react to that? The receivers are going to have a little bit of trouble. Quarterbacks might have a little bit of trouble. And you don't play a whole game under the heat of the sun. It's not really hotter than it's been for any game that we've had, but, you know, the sun's out. How's the weather going to play a factor in this one?
I don't think weather will be too much of a factor. I think because this is great weather, there's a little bit of a wind here, but I think it's going to be a great day for some Big 12 football.
Definitely, and we mentioned a fierce rival, Champaign Central. They come into this one 1-3. They need to win out to make the playoffs, something I don't believe did last year. So we'll see how it plays out for them. Urbana eliminated from playoff contention. They are 0-5. Central's 1-4. So really, I mean, it's a playoff atmosphere. As close as we're going to see to one this season.
Yep.
Pretty healthy crowd. Not really in the name of the student section to this point, but class of 72 and the class of 77 are here. Their reunions this weekend, so it's going to be a fun one today.
Yeah,
I'm really excited to see this.
It's going to be a great game, and I'm just hoping for some good football after that disappointing Illinois football game yesterday.
That was rough. We won't get into all that. National anthem about to take place down on the field. We will go down to the Tiger Marching Band as they're just about set to get us underway in this one.
Everyone, please rise for the national anthem.
And a great job, as always, by the Tiger Marching Band. And Miller, worth noting that the Urbana football team linked arms there on the sideline prior to this contest.
Showing unity right there, and that's a bold statement right there. That's a good way to start this football game off.
Definitely. Team unity. Everyone's on the same page there. You know, that's something that they've probably talked about prior to this one, so definitely nice to see. Urbana will receive the opening kickoff. Central will kick it away. Christian Phillips and Dimitri Turner-Winston back to return for Urbana, and kicking for Central will be Jalen Booker. We've reached high noon on this crisp Saturday afternoon, and we're set for a duel between two fierce rivals on homecoming. It's the Central Maroons taking on our Urbana Tigers, and we're glad to have you with us today on the Tigers Media Network. Miller, I'm going to have to train myself to say today rather than tonight, because it's noon and bit of a change of pace.
Yep. It's definitely different, but I'm enjoying the weather out here. It's nice.
Beautiful day for football. The way the ball is on the tee, it looks like we're going to see Jalen Booker onside kicking. Christian Phillips, one of the most dangerous returners in the Big 12. They likely won't want to kick it to him, and it is, in fact, an onside kick. Takes a good bounce, and it will... Central might have gotten that one. Let's see. They're going to say Urbana football. It was close.
That was a close one. That was a nice kick, though, by Booker. Nice kick. Got it to hop a little bit over that first row into the second row and almost came up with it.
That's exactly what you want in an onside kick.
But it does give the Tigers good field position to start off this game.
Indeed, the Tigers will start it on the 35. They moved the ball well in their loss last week against Peoria Notre Dame, at Peoria Notre Dame. And if they show us any of the same looks on offense, it'll be Jacob Meeker in at quarterback. Christian Phillips will be used as a receiver. It is Jacob Meeker under center for this first play from scrimmage from the 35-yard line. 1st and 10.
And as I stated earlier, the wind is a little bit of a factor here. It's blowing a little bit. That should play in part in the passing game, but...
And Meeker will pass to start the game, and indeed he finds Tyja Winston. And Winston takes it to about the 47. We'll see where they mark it at.
That'll be a first down here. Good start for Urbana.
And Miller, not the most explosive play to start the game off with, but a good momentum builder.
No, but I feel it's just that. I mean, it's a great throw for Meeker. Get him some confidence going into the game, and set up that run. So set up that pass. So Central knows that the pass is in the back of their hand. But the key for this game, Joey, is Urbana has to establish the run. If they can establish the run, they will win this game. Because that's what we base our whole offense on, the run. It's a pistol motion option type of offense that if we can't run it, we're not going to go anywhere.
Well, Miller, I think you're right on point, because that first play, after the first down, we saw Lavoy Young get a pretty good gain, and then right there the option with Jacob Meeker. He picked up several. It's going to be a 3rd and 2. So, yeah, you're right. And if we can work in some passes to that, you know, it's going to be a pretty successful game for this offense.
Some play action passes will open up down the field. And Meeker's got a good arm, so receivers just got to be ready. And I see this as 4th down territory right here. I don't see us, if we don't make this, giving it up.
Well, it's going to be close. I think they'll bring the chains out to measure this one as Lavoy Young gets, I think he's a little bit short.
This has got to be 4 down territory.
I don't think you can punt it here on 4th and 1. They won't measure it. It'll be 4th and inches here from the 46.
Mike Leach style right here, Washington State going for it.
Rather than
midfield.
44, man in motion, Chico Lipscomb. And he's going to go back. Coach Walker calls an audible. 4th and inches from the 44-yard line. It's Meeker handing it off to Lavoy Young, who almost breaks free up the middle, picks up the Tiger first down.
Key play right there. Nice run up the gut by Lavoy Young. Got right through that line. Good block by the offensive line. Offensive line's doing a good job so far, creating some holes and pick up the first down. This is how we got to win. We got to grind it out. And we got to take up time on offense, because that just gives our defense is good, but we don't want them to be on the field too long. So if we can take up time on offense and get these long drives going, that'll help.
And on 1st and 10, it's overthrown by Meeker. Looked like it was intended for Mike Maboyo.
And that's just thrown a little bit high. The ball sailed on Meeker right there, but another good play call. I mean, an open receiver right there. And these short routes are going to pay. If Meeker can hit those short, quick throws, pay dividends for the passing game.
Well, Miller, what those short throws do is eventually you get the defense to come up and you run them deep. So, I mean, we'll see if that plays a role later in the game. 2nd and 10, still from the 38. It's Meeker handing it off. No, he's going to keep it. Quarterback keeper with Meeker, little option deal there. He gets to about the 39, so a gain of 1. Pretty good fake.
I think Meeker's got to pitch it there. The pitch has been open. First 2 times they've ran the read option. Chico right there was on the pitch on the right-hand side. Pitch is probably going for a big gain, but Meeker didn't see it.
Yeah. 3rd and 8 from the 36-yard line. It's Phillips in motion.
Another audible here by Coach Walker.
Yep.
This is 4 down territory as well, you got to think.
And it's going to be an
there
option.
You go.
There's the pitch to Lavoy Young, and Lavoy Young is going to take it to the 31.
That's going to be a hold. It's going to be a hold.
Against Urbana, you think?
Yeah.
So that'll probably back us up a bit. We'll see.
I just saw the ref. I think he motioned face mask.
We'll see. Dimitri Turner-Winston's coming in the game.
Not sure.
Looks like
they're
going to back him up here.
Yeah, it's going to hold. Yeah.
That'll be holding against Chico Lipscomb, number 8.
It was on the edge.
Yeah. So Young comes out of the game, and his place is Dimitri Turner-Winston. And Dimitri had a big game last week at Peoria Notre Dame. Rushed for a touchdown and a good amount of yards. Breakout game, if you will, for Michi, as they call him.
I mean, Meach is hard to tackle. If he gets in space, he's hard to tackle. He's shifty, so he can be a big part in this game, and he's a good blocker.
Here's Meeker rolling out to his right, and he's going to look, and he is going to find Christian Phillips. And Christian Phillips is going to get really close to picking up the first down. He didn't quite get there, but it sets up a much more manageable 4th and 2 situation, and they're going to move the chains.
There we go. Nice play. Nice rollout by Meeker. A great pass by Meeker, right on the money, right on the letters to Christian, and a nice turn by Christian, a way to pick up those extra few yards right there to get the first down.
Here's Phillips in motion, and it's Meeker. Meeker handing it off to Dimitri Turner-Winston, and Winston's going to try and bounce it out to the outside. Can't quite do it.
But see, that was a good run right there. He broke a tackle, and he had some space to work. Just couldn't quite get to the outside. But I'd like to see more of that. I mean, I think he's a good runner. I mean,
oh, definitely. You know, Michi kind of reminds me of a Maurice Jones-Drew sort of player. Low center of gravity, tough to bring down. And it's Meeker. And it's going to back him up to the 24.
Be 3rd and 8. This is definitely 4th down territory.
Oh, definitely. Well, I mean, we don't have anyone who can
we don't have a field goal kicker, so another obstacle in the game of high school football.
And Phillips in motion. And it's going to be a handoff to Turner-Winston, who almost, and we've seen that a few times, almost breaks through up the middle, picks up the first down.
They're going to move the chains.
Yeah.
That'll be another first down.
No huddle offense. The Maroons defense isn't ready for this. And it goes to...
I don't think our offense is ready for it either.
No. Well, so what Central had to do there, they had a lineman there out on the covering, I think, Mike Maboyo there, so. Or at least he was scrambling to get back into place. I don't know if he quite made it over there.
And I think if that shows what Urbana, I think we can run it up the middle of this game. We've had success so far with Lavoie and then now Meach. I think we should start running up the middle more. We're getting good blocks inside because that's where our best lineman is, and Jake Luffman on the O-line, the center. Get good penetration up there.
2nd and 9 from the 14. Meeker will keep it. And Jake Meeker will pick up a few. Does he go by Jacob or Tad? Because we're hearing the public address announcer address him as Tad, but I've always called him Jacob, and no one's called me on that. So.
I just call him Meeker.
Meeker? Well, if he's
I don't think
play,
he's
we gotta
quite a big fan of Tad.
No.
But he's making some good decisions so far here in this game.
And there's
that
Meeker.
Should be a first down.
It should be. Looks like he got to about the 5-yard line.
That'll
Maybe
be a first and goal. First and goal.
So Miller, nice. What Urbana's doing here is they're setting the pace. They're playing their football.
This is a good drive right here. Good, nice, long 5.5-minute drive so far.
And it goes back. This is going to be, that was Chico there. And I thought we were going to see
a pass.
Kind of a pass there, an option pass sort of deal.
I think he was getting ready to throw it.
It looked like he was bringing the ball back like he was going to throw it. And he didn't get rid of it or the option he was looking at.
And this Central team, as you can see on the sidelines here, is not very deep. So if we can get them in the no-huddle offense and get them tired on defense and keep pushing it down their throat, they have some opportunities for some big chunk plays.
Here's Meeker, shotgun formation. He will hand it off to Michi, and Meach won't gain much.
And Coach Walker's designing these plays because he knows this is once you get past the 50, this is 4th down territory. So he's setting it up for 4th down.
Definitely. Although you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket there on 4th down and not get it. But the Tigers have converted on every 4th down that they've faced to this point. So
exactly. I think we might see a pass right here.
Here's Meeker, shotgun formation, and he's going to keep it. He's going to try and run to the end zone, get stuffed. Brought down, didn't gain much. I don't think he lost much either. We'll see where they spot it at. So that'll set up 4th down and about 4. So it comes down to this.
It'd be fourth and goal at the 2.
So he gained 2 on that.
Nose of the football is right just past the 2-yard line.
5 minutes left. This drive is now taking 7 minutes. And it looks like we'll have a timeout on the Central sideline. So,
if Urbana can score right here, that would be huge. Huge, Joey, huge. And if they don't score, it'd be huge because, as you said, this drive is 7+ minutes long. And to get all the way down to the fourth and goal at the 2, to not score would be crushing. But this is a good drive for the start of the game, but I think this would just be crushing if they don't get it right here.
Well, I think what it does is it proves that, I mean, they could probably go on another long drive later in the game, and, our defense is fresh.
Right, but
so, even if, should we not score, I think our defense is strong enough to where they could make a play and keep us right in the game.
Right, but if we're taking 7-minute drives, we're not going to have many opportunities to score.
Fair enough.
And if we don't get these chunk plays, so this is why we have to capitalize in goal-to-goal situations here.
What would your play call here be?
It's tough to say. They've tried the run 3 straight times, and it hasn't worked. Maybe a pick play on
I think you got to go to the end zone on a pass.
I don't know. I'm not a coach, so I couldn't say, but I'd run a pick play and maybe try to hit a receiver, catch him. They probably think it's a run, catch him sleeping or something.
Meeker under center, Lipscomb, Phillips, and Turner Winston in the backfield. And Christian Phillips, did he get into the end zone? Let's see. He's in. Touchdown, Urbana. Christian Phillips, the 2-yard touchdown rush, puts the Tigers ahead 6-0, the first lead for either side in the ball game.
That's a good start, and that's the right. If you're going to hand the ball off to someone, that's the right person to hand it off to. Christian Phillips, biggest runner on the team for Urbana, powers it up through the gut, right into the end zone for a touchdown, which is a great start to this game.
Christian Phillips, only a sophomore. He is probably the best athlete on this team.
He is.
Of being a playmaker, and we saw him do that kind of a similar play last week in Peoria. We'll see what the 2-point conversion yields here. It's Meeker rolling to the right, and he's going to throw it. It's picked off, and I guess you can't run it back for the
That's okay, though.
It's 2 points on
glad we got
the
6.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a great start to this game.
Intercepted by Josh Henderson. So, yeah, that was an awesome first drive.
Yeah, that was a great first drive. I think that's the first drive of the season that we've scored on the first drive, and great time to do it right here, a homecoming against a rival, Champaign Central, who I think is our more pronounced rival than Champaign Centennial, I think.
When I first got to high school, I favored the Centennial rivalry a bit, but I've come around. I think I'd much rather watch an Urbana Central game now than an Urbana Centennial game, and maybe that doesn't quite extend to basketball because we play Centennial very well in basketball. Those games are very intense.
Yeah, but
Central has our number, but
I feel like Central is the greater opponent at both sports than Centennial. So
Most
I feel
seasons.
like if we play well against them, it's a greater feeling. It sends a bigger message.
Definitely.
That's why I think the victory is so much sweeter.
Yeah, I mean, they're both great rivalries, don't get me wrong, but I see what you're saying. And an onside kick on Urbana's part. I think one of our players was offsides there.
A nice play call, though. Nice idea right here. And to get 51, Jeremy Macharo to kick it off, I think.
Well, so Jeremy Rumsey was their kicker last week, and they actually kicked off to Notre Dame to start the game. It was an onside kick that we recovered. The Tigers got off to a fantastic start last week against Notre Dame. I mean, at one point it was 8-6. Notre Dame led. At one point it was 28-14. We were right there with them for the better part of the first half. And Notre Dame pulled away late because they are the better team. But, the way we played last week, I can tell you the Tigers come into this game with a lot of confidence. And that's something I probably should have mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
But just a fantastic game all around for a lot of players last week on the Tigers' part. Another onside kick will be fielded by Central. Luke McMahon.
Yeah, but see, right there, that penalty was costly right there because it gave away what we were trying to do. And they've probably practiced that all week and kind of gave away the surprise element right there.
I probably would have squibbed it there. Something to just kick a little deeper.
I thought they would actually try and put it over that second row right there and get it in that middle where nobody was and try and get someone down there and recover it. But not the same thing. But the bad side here is we give a Central offense a chance to good field position. And like I said, on offense, the goal was to establish the run. On defense, it's going to be stopping the run. Central is a run-heavy team. They're a pound it, as their offensive line is decently sized, and they're going to try and ground it. No receivers here on this first play.
And Urbana jumped off sides. That'll be a neutral zone infraction. Tobias Coleman jumped off. Central's quarterback is Luke McMahon, who recovered the onside kick. Looks like they've got Dalton Hall in the backfield. Dalton Hall and Terrell Evans. And it goes to Hall, or excuse me, Evans. That's Terrell Evans, who will rush for the touchdown. The first play from scrimmage for the Maroons goes for a 37-yard touchdown run. Terrell Evans ties us up at 6.
And see, that's the thing, though. We got to stop the run, and we can't be giving up chunk plays to them and then take 7 minutes to get a score. We're going to have to make them grind it out and get them off the field. Otherwise, we're going to lose this game if we give up chunk plays to them and we're taking 7 minutes to drive, because it's got to be on both sides there.
And an odd formation here.
I believe they'll kick it.
Well, sometimes you'll see teams snap it from that formation. I believe the Colts did that last year in a game, and it didn't work out very well for them. But kicking is Muhammad Swede. And the kick is up and good. So the Maroons go ahead 7-6. And Miller, this second drive for Urbana, I think this is even more important than the first one because now we're down by a point.
Coach is trying to get them pumped up on defense, because the defense has got to play their part too. I mean, the offense just had a great drive right there. The defense can't be giving up chunk plays, as I stated earlier. They gotta want it. You know, they gotta want to stop Central. That's how you're gonna win this game, is the grit. You gotta have grit and you gotta have toughness. You gotta hit somebody.
Well, Miller, how these games usually go is that the pressure's always on the defense to make a play. And we haven't seen the offense come out in too many situations like this where all the pressure's on them to get it back, get the momentum back. I mean, obviously we've seen drives where, you know, a score would go a long way to helping them get back into the game, but this offense has to step up here and go on another drive like that or make a big play and then hope the defense is behind them in the next drive, next time out. Kicking again is Jalen Booker, and a lot of pressure on the hands team here, Miller, to recover this.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Good onside kick, and it'll be recovered by Urbana. No problems there.
Good job by Dalen Crawford Lasdens.
So with 4:39 left in the first quarter, the Tigers offense comes back out onto the field. And Miller, at the top of the program, I think we were a little harsh on the student section. They had not arrived yet. Noon kickoff threw some people off, but the student section is here, and they've come out.
I've seen it better, though. I've seen it better.
Well, I mean, a lot of that has to do with it's noon, you know.
No excuses.
No excuses. No mercy.
All you got to do is show up. You got to support your teammates, man. I mean,
definitely. Well, I know
the football team is playing hard. You got to come out and support. And saying that it's noon as an excuse is not a good excuse. And Christian Phillips is going to run down the seam.
Christian Phillips.
A big gainer. That's the chunk play we needed right there.
Definitely.
I'm telling you, the passing game is open, Joey.
Well, no, that was one of the short routes you talked about, where Christian was able to create something out of, you know, a situation where there might not have been a whole lot there if it was someone else.
We have the advantage over Central in terms of athletes. Christian, Dimitri Turner-Winston, Chico, Mike Maboya. We have the athletes, Tyzer. We have the athletes to win this game. It's getting the ball in their hands in open space. Here comes Meeker on the option.
Keeps it on the option. Meeker inside the 5 to the 4-yard line.
And I think this is what Coach Walker envisioned his offensive being as the whole year. And it's working here now. But they got to keep going here now. They can't stop. They can't get no huddle. I like this no huddle offense, not getting any subs in.
3 people in the backfield with Meeker. And Meeker will take the snap, and he will keep it. And Meeker gets close. We'll see.
And they're going to mark him short.
Yeah, he was short.
Dan Meeker, the quarterback keeper, gets close to the goal line.
He got very close to the goal line.
Yeah, that was very close. I thought he'd get tackled in.
So 3:55 left first quarter. Tigers down 1. This is a big play, big drive. It's Meeker. He's going to take it, hands it off to Lavoy Young, who gets in for the Tiger touchdown. And there's the Tiger marching band in the background. The Tigers go back ahead. It's 12-7.
And see, this is great start for the offense, man. I thought I was saying can't have 7-minute drives. They come out here 4 plays, run it right down Central's throat. That's what we got to keep doing. I mean, it's going to be there. The plays are there. We just got to keep taking the opportunities.
Miller, I've done a lot of these Tiger football games. I don't know if I've ever seen the offense get out to a start as strong as this, to the corner of the end zone, and oh man, Chico came in. It was tipped up. He almost had a chance to make a play there. Couldn't quite reel it in, but that's not entirely his fault at all.
I think Chico thought he was on defense there or something. He batted the ball down. At that point, he's got to reach those hands up and catch it, but good drive, though. I mean, don't get the 2 again, but a good drive, and it all started by that pass to Christian Phillips, who runs up the seam, and that was a big, I think it was 30-yard gain. You know, that's a great play. But now the defense has got to step up.
Miller, I used the same line on Thursday in the volleyball game. It just kind of came to me. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time situations, and that describes perfectly what we saw from Christian Phillips on that catch and run.
Well, let's not take for granted Meeker's quarterback play so far.
Definitely.
I mean, this is very
consistent.
I mean, so far, I don't want to jinx anything here, but he's playing one of the best quarterback games I've seen as me being up here on this press box, visualizing as a member of the Tiger broadcasting. I mean, yeah, it's been fun to watch so far.
Quarterbacks hate the term game manager, but I think that's exactly what we're seeing from Christian, or rather from Meeker. When he throws the ball,
get it!
It's going to go out of bounds.
See, that's what I thought they'd do the first time, and if that hops and then goes that way, Chico's going to get it.
Yep.
And that's our ball.
We've only got 30 yards to go at that point.
Kicked just a little too hard, but see, that's the advantage of not doing an onside kick right here. They're still, last time they were at like the 40, now they're at the their own 35.
Miller, would you agree with that term, game manager, for me?
Yes, I would agree. I would wholeheartedly agree with that, because he's managing the game. He's taking what's there, and then he's going back to trying to establish the run, and then he's taking the passes that are there. He's not trying to force anything, and he's taking advantage of what's given to him, which is what Coach Walker wants him to do.
And we're seeing a little trickery here on the part of Centennial. That goes to Dalton Hall for a short gain. You never know. You don't know who they're going to hand it off to with that formation they run, and just knowing what their offense can do.
It's a little fullback dive right there, trying to catch the Tigers off guard, but nice play by the Tigers.
Dalton Hall comes out of the game.
We've been talking about this defense all year, playing somewhat good at times, and having their moments at times as doing some good things. Now they've got to really show it. This is the game. This is their opportunity they've been waiting for, to show that they're a good defense. I mean, they've got the lead for one of the first times of the year, and now they need to show that they deserve those accolades that we've given them.
Right.
The praise that, this team hasn't had a lot of praise, but we've given it our praise to the defense for creating turnovers, getting interceptions, forcing fumbles. They got to do it right here.
Now they got to earn it.
This is a big play right here, 3rd and 2.
Players we're going to see step up on defense predominantly. I want to highlight Jeremy Rumsey and A.J. Fox. We'll see. Little quarterback sneak, and it looks like McMahon will pick up the first. And indeed he will. They will move the chains. So, 2:27 left in what's been a fairly long first quarter, but also not one that feels like it's dragging along.
This is one where you gotta, it's gonna be hard to stop Central running the football. I mean, they're running it 3-4 times per series, each series, every 4 downs. They're probably gonna run it 3 to 4 times. They're not gonna pass it very much. And this is gonna be a rollout.
Yep.
Stephen Thompson is going to miss, and he's going to almost fumble the ball.
He was close. Nice job by McMahon to hold on to it. Stephen Thompson, he was with us for our first broadcast of the year, Normal Community Week 1, and then joined the football team.
Yeah, and
played last year. And
I think that's a testament to him.
Definitely.
I mean, he told himself he wasn't going to play. He didn't think he had it in him this year to play. And then he sat out the first game and realized he wasn't out there with his brothers, the people who he's grown up playing with, and he wanted to be out there. And I think that's a testament to him as a person and his character.
And we know that he had it in him to play because he's in the starting lineup now. He's out there, and this is going to be a big run. And in fact,
hopefully we see something here at the end. Could be a hold, could be coming back.
Mike Maboya, who made the tackle.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold on Central.
So that's what's coming back.
So that's a huge call right there, because that'll move them all the way back. It's a huge play right there because that was a good run. Nice solid run. I think that was number 10, Conor Milton, who's got some accolades in the News Gazette, being leading rusher for this team and one of the leading rushers in the Big 12 Conference. But you know, he's not your average big bruising back that, you know, we play in the Peoria schools and the normal schools. He's a small guy, so if you hit him, he's going to go down.
Yeah. He's just
he's shifty.
Yeah.
But if you hit him good, he's going to go down. Not like Geno Hess from Peoria, where you got to get 8 people to tackle him.
That guy was a beast. And so
this kid is going to go down. If you get one good solid tackle, one wrap-up tackle, he will go down. But that's the key. You got to wrap him up.
Jalen Booker, who has handled the kicking duties for the Maroons, is going to pick up the first down. Gets to 25. 57 seconds left in the quarter.
But Urbana really should just sell out for the run right here. Central has shown that they're not going to pass the ball. They had a rollout, but it wasn't really. It was a fake bootleg that was designed to run. They had a guy going deep, but they're not going to be passing it too much, as they only have 2 capable receivers. So, got to sell out for the run here and just make the tackle.
Rumsey in motion there with Jerome Roll. And it's Evans, who rushed for the first touchdown of the game for the Maroons, gets inside the 10-yard line.
See, that's the kind of tackle we need right there. Nice tackle by number 20, Tyza. Nice tackle. That's the textbook tackle right there. Go for the legs and wrap them up. You can't try to hit him above the shoulder and try to grab it when you're already on the ground. I mean, you got to wrap them up. But this Central offensive line is doing a good job so far. They've got some gaping holes.
They're doing a fantastic job. And I was just going to say, if Central's going to keep running up the middle, that's where A.J. Fox has to step up as a linebacker.
The linebackers are going to be huge in this game. Safeties as well. Safeties, I mean, pretty much can just go down and play linebacker.
Final play of the quarter, keeper for McMahon, and he keeps it into the end zone for the touchdown as the clock expires on the first quarter of play. So Central will enter the second quarter with the lead, 13-12, pending the extra point or 2-point conversion attempt. Probably an extra point, I would imagine.
This is going to be a high-scoring game, John. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Hey.
If people expected this to be a run and defense game, you're at the wrong place, because it's going to be a high-scoring game.
We've got ourselves a high noon homecoming duel here in Urbana. It's Muhammad
shootout.
Swede. Yeah, shootout.
Call all the ranchers. Corner square.
And a high kick from Swede. He knocks it through. Believe me, I could go on with those Western puns all day long. A few things to mention. I think I mentioned earlier, but I'm not quite sure. The class of 1972 and the class of 1977 are here today. One of them being honored down there in the end zone. I'm not entirely sure. It's the class of 1972, as we're told on the public address system. You see them there in the end zone, and I'd make it their 45th anniversary, 45th reunion.
Something like that.
Yeah, 45 for the class of 72. And the class of 1977 here for their 40th reunion. They produced John Simpson, who was the Grand Marshal of the parade yesterday.
grand marshal that played yesterday?
At the parade yesterday.
No.
Nancy Thies Marshall was in town. She spoke to the a group
She's
of
at
athletes.
2 p.m. at the State Farm Center.
Yep.
Inducted into the Illinois Hall of Fame. That's it. Great honor for her to come and talk to us Thursday morning before school.
Definitely, I was there for
Great
that.
to hear that. I mean, that just shows you can make it out of here and make something of yourself on the athletic stage of things. I mean, she made it all the way to the Olympics. I mean, you just gotta work. You gotta want it. And like this Tigers team right here, to relate it, they gotta want this game. 14-12. I think they want it, but they gotta show it. They gotta show that they want this game and that they want to take it.
12 minutes on the clock for the second quarter. And it's bobbled by A.J. Fox, recovered by the Maroons. Let's see who recovered it. Number 9, Luke McMahon, who recovered the onside kick of Urbana that begun their last drive, or the first drive of theirs for the game.
Can't have that right there.
Not at all.
That's not. That could be a huge turning point in this game if they end up going to score again. I mean,
I was just getting ready to say
that just
the amount of onside kicks we've seen on both sides. The odds were that someone was going to get one at some point.
Not to lose it like that. I mean, can't have that. I mean, that just puts the defense at risk now because now they got to go out and stop them again after they just scored a touchdown.
McMahon holds it. We'll see the first pass of the play for the Maroons, and it's deep and it's caught by Milton at about the 12-yard line.
That was a nice throw, nice catch.
We were also bound to see a pass from Central at some point, and we saw it there.
But like I said, they're not going to throw many passes. But when they do, you can expect a deep route.
That's what we mentioned with Urbana early on, where all these short routes, you get the defense to come up, burn them deep when they do come up. And I want to mention with AJ, he's one of the great competitors you'll ever meet. Great competitor in wrestling, great competitor in football, and he's going to step up and he's going to try and redeem himself. That's exactly what you want to see. McMahon under center. And it goes to Dalton Hall, who doesn't gain much.
That's a nice play right there.
Pile of Tigers there. Jake Luffman, Stephen Thompson, A.J. Fox, Chico Lipscomb all came in to help make the tackle. It'll still be 2nd and 10.
Huge defensive possession for the Tigers to try and get a stop. The field's shortened right now, so you can bet they're going to go all out on the run, Central is, because you can't really throw it deep here.
No.
You don't really see too much play action 15 yards and under, so you can sell out on the run right here.
The only pass I could see them throwing would be like a rollout. And it's a keeper. It's a pitch back to Milton. The Tigers' defense is there, and they will make the tackle.
That could be a hold right there. Holding, yep. Now it's whether you want to accept that.
I think I'd decline it and just let it be 3rd down. We'll see. There's no really wrong way to play it. Looks like it'll be accepted for 2nd and even longer.
But now you got to sell out on that the defense and hope they get 2 more stops, opposed to 3 more stops opposed to 2, because you got to assume this is 4th down territory. But they have a kicker, so.
Muhammad Swede is who we've seen handle the kicking duties and the extra points. It'll be 2nd down and long. 2nd and 21 to go. And it's Evans. Finds a hole and gets back inside the original line of scrimmage, inside the 10-yard line.
3rd and about 7.
It'll be about,
3rd and 9.
So now it's essentially like we declined the penalty. This is about where it would have been. They spotted at the 11-yard line, and I think that's where we brought him down a play ago. So 3rd and 9 from the 11-yard line. And a handoff here to Milton. Conor Milton gets hit and gets brought down, just as you mentioned. Fell down inside the 5.
He's going to be short. It's going to be about 4th and 1.
Yeah. And it's got to be 4 down territory.
Crowd better get loud right here. This is 4th and 1. Nobody's even paying attention. This is a huge play in the game. 4th and 2.
Dalton Hall checks out of the game, and in comes Jalen Booker.
You can bet they're going to hand the ball off to him. He's their biggest running back. You got to get push on the offensive line here. You got to blow up somebody.
4th and 1. Hand off to Booker. A.J. Fox comes in as he's short. Looks like it's going to be Tigers' ball.
And A.J.,
that's the play I mentioned from A.J. That's exactly what I expected from him.
Just what you said. Redeem himself right there. That's where the weight room comes into play right there. Just as you said. Redeemed himself right there. Huge play in the game. I don't know why this crowd isn't more fired up. Must be sleeping or something, because that was a big play.
Regular Saturday, I'd still be asleep. It's, what, 12:30, 12:45?
And that in the stats, that'll go down as a tackle for loss or tackle. But that is a game-changing play right there, because now we're still only down 2 to that. That'll be a 12 men on the field.
Oh. Off the field will come Jerome Roll.
But huge play right there.
Definitely. It's what we saw. Mike Maboyo is in a similar situation the Centennial game of last season. Muffed a punt early on in the going. Told Coach Watson, the then head coach of the Tigers, that he'd make the play, redeem himself. And later on in the game, Centennial muffed a punt. He was there to recover.
Now the key is to get out of this situation. Can't give up a safety right now. Can't give up 2 points and give him the ball back. You got to move it at least out of here so you can get a good punt.
Man in motion, Chico Lipscomb.
I think the passing game could be critical right here. Hit a quick hitter to Christian or a quick hitter to Mike, and
it would be a 97-yard touchdown play if they were to rattle one off from right here. And it's Dimitri Turner-Winston finds a hole on the right side.
Nice. There we go. There we go.
To the other side of the 10-yard line. So that gives them some wiggle room.
Gives them 3rd and about
6-ish.
3rd and about 4.
It'll be 3rd and 4. They spotted at the 11. First down marker at the 16.
3rd and 5. This is a 4-down territory, though, so hopefully you got to pick up the first down right here if you're going to pick it up.
And it's Chico, or rather,
that should do it.
And it goes to Chico, who...
That should do it. That should be the first down. Yep, first down.
Moving the chains. Big play. Chico Lipscomb.
Quick hitters are there all day. If Central's going to back off and play, they're not going to press on the corner. That's gonna be there all day. Like hitch route, slant, all day. And then when they get up, use your hands, blow past them. Use that sprinter speed that Christian has and that Chico has.
Goes out to Dalen Crawford Lasdens.
There we go. That should first down again.
I don't think that won't quite get to the chains, but it'll set up a 2nd and short. But I was wrong on one of these earlier, but I'm going to be right here. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Meeker's making good throws right now. I'm liking these throws. They're coming out quick.
And doesn't quite get back to the line. It'll be 3rd and 2.
3rd and 1. Yeah. Now you have some options here. Central bringing some offensive linemen to play some defensive line.
3rd and 1. Meeker, handoff. Turner, Winston, got it.
This is the slow, methodical drive that you need. Heck, if they could take up their last 6:45.
I don't know if they can do that.
I don't know why the clock isn't moving.
First down. Stops on the first down, just like in college.
Doesn't stop. It shouldn't stop this much time. I don't know.
Here's Meeker.
Bounce it outside, get some yards.
You know, I don't want to make this comparison, but Meeker's playing like a Chase Crouch, like he played last night, today, and he's doing a better job of it. But Chase Crouch was all over the place on the ground yesterday.
Chase Crouch is inaccurate. Meeker's throwing good balls today. But if you're making that in terms of
pitch back to Chico, gains a few.
In terms of how he's making plays with his feet.
That's what I'm saying.
In the first half, then I'd agree.
Because I was impressed with what Crouch did in the first quarter.
In the first quarter, in the last drive of the second half, he was making. I mean, first half, he was making some plays with his feet. He was.
Yeah.
But what Urbana's doing, which I like, is 10 yards at a time. 10 yards at a time. Don't try and get 15 every play. Don't try and get 30 every play. 10 yards.
3rd and 2.
Whether it takes 1 play or 4.
Another pitch. It goes back to Michi. Dimitri Turner-Winston. Oh, he was a little short, I think. It'll be close.
Brought down play by 65, John Maldonado. Going to bring up a 4th and 1.
4th and inches. He was just a little short.
And they're going to go for it.
Yeah, I think you got it. Well, I can see both sides of it here, but I think the way Central's offense, how efficient they've been.
The way our offense is playing, I think.
4th and 1.
This is a long yard, too.
It's Chico. I'll get to a point I want to make in just a second. 4th and 1. And here's Chico going to go in motion. Handoff.
There we go. Go!
This is
Go!
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 The 36-yard line.
Go!
He's inside the 20,
Go!
the 10.
Go!
He's going to get
Yeah!
in the end zone for the Tiger touchdown. Dimitri Turner-Winston, that's the play the Tigers won. Puts them ahead, and now the crowd comes to life.
There we go, right there, Meech. I like it.
Dimitri Turner-Winston.
Man, he had one of those a couple of weeks ago when we were at home against Peoria.
64 yards
there
for the
we
touchdown.
Go. Huge play.
Had to do that math.
Woo!
36-yard line. Miller, I think you're louder than the fans are.
Hey, I'm in it to win it, man.
Oh, I know. You're chatty today. A chatty Miller means we're going to do well.
I called this, man. I mean, I said Urbana was going to come out with some momentum. They were going to play. I felt it. Felt they were going to play well today.
The energy is there. Pitch back to Turner-Winston. Doesn't get anything there. The Tigers now over 3 on 3rd down conversions.
Hey.
But, hey, after you run 64 yards, you're not going to quite have the energy to get in for the 2. Miller, that's what the point I wanted to make was I was watching the Bears-Packers game on Thursday night. The Bears were faced with a 4th and 1 situation, and Tony Romo, the color guy for CBS, made an excellent point. If the Bears believed in their running game, they were going to go for it on that 4th down. It was from a similar field position. I think the Bears were on the other side of the field. But, and what Urbana did there, they believe in their running game. You could tell.
Yeah,
they believed in their running game enough to go for it there on that 4th and 1.
Coach Walker is showing he has faith in his guys right now.
Yeah.
And that's great. That's great. That should be a great sign of the players that the coach is behind you, and he'll let you do it. If you tell him what you want to do and you know what Central's weaknesses are, he will design the plays so that you can take advantage of that. And he's doing that right now with Meech. Like I said, I like Meech as the running back. I think we should use him more as the running back because he's hard to tackle. The fact that he's quick, he can get through those small gaps that not many people can get through. Reminds me in the NFL as a comparison to Tariq Cohen of the Bears.
Okay.
New guy, hard to tackle. He's shifty. They didn't use him a lot on Thursday, which was surprising to me because, well, he's one of the few playmakers they have. And if you watch the Bears, they don't have many weapons down the field.
That's what I thought we would see earlier. And there's AJ almost stripped the ball. That was recovered by Deontay Smith.
And that was a nice tackle by AJ. Great hit. It seemed like he flew. Flew from the 40, made the tackle, and I thought he was going to fumble, to be honest with you.
The way AJ came in trying to strip that was big.
AJ's playing with some fire right now. He wants to go out with a bang. His high school career, he wants to go out with a bang, and a win over Central would do that. He's proven himself today.
From the 33-yard line is where Central will start this drive, and it goes back to Evans.
Nice tackle there.
Evans gains 2.
Number 6. Julian Welch with a nice textbook tackle from the corner spot. Nice tackle.
And I want to point out, Chatty Miller, going back to this, means we're going to play pretty well. I remember that Danville broadcast we did, the basketball game. You were notably more excited for that one than you'd been for any game to that point in the season. And
and if we would have done the Bloomington game, ooh.
At Bloomington?
I would have. I don't know if you made that one, Joey, but that was the one where we
didn't make it out there. Oh, and a tip drill almost intercepted by Roll.
Or almost intercepted by Welch on the dive. I thought he had a good shot at that one, but now we got big third down right here. Long third down for Central. You know they're going to run the ball. Because that's their bread and butter. They're going to run it. Sell out on the run, make the tackle, force them to decide whether to punt or go for it.
That was Welch on the near interception there. 3rd and 8. I think if we get him for a, well, we'll see here how it plays out.
He's going to be short.
Yep.
Be about 4 yards short.
Milton was a bit short, so we went for it on 4th and 1.
Looks like they're not bringing anybody out, so they're going to go for it. They got to match us, Central, because they know we have the momentum. They got to match us.
I wholeheartedly agree with that statement. The way it's been, I think we're going to see a lot of these.
Fans better get loud right now. This is 4th and 4. Come on. Get loud.
You've been on the fans all game,
because nobody's saying something. Come on.
4th and 4 from the 39.
Huge play right here.
And a timeout called by Urbana. So we'll wait a little while longer for this one. 3:23 left in the 2nd quarter. If you're just joining us, I am Joey Wright, joined by Miller Calhoun. Jason Liggett's down on our computer. Ricardo Vargas is on our camera this afternoon, and Ricardo, class of 2015, back for homecoming, working our camera today. We appreciate him for doing that. I know he's got a lot of homework for his Parkland courses, but they don't quite make him like Ricardo anymore, so he's out helping us, helping his alma mater out today, so we appreciate that.
This is a huge play, Joey, right now. Huge play. It's almost big, almost as big as the one down at the goal line right here, because get him off the field, take good field position, capitalize. But we got to get the stop first. You got to make the tackle. No penalties. Can't have a penalty right here.
Nope.
No penalties.
It's also worth considering that Central will receive the 2nd half kickoff.
Oh, and they're going to punt. They're going to punt. They're going to punt. But you got to watch the fake here, though. You got to watch it. You got to watch the fake.
Josh Marshall is back to return it.
It's a punt.
Line
Don't
drive
touch it, and it'll be well short.
At the 40-yard line. So the Tigers will only have about 60 yards to drive here. 3:17 to do so.
This is probably gonna be the last drive of the half unless there's a big play. So let's get it going right here. Let's hold the ball for the rest of the half and hopefully get another touchdown. So shoot for that end zone. Go into half with a bang. But I feel like the fact this is Saturday morning really,
Well, it's afternoon by this point.
But
that's semantics.
It really took a hit on. I feel like there would be more energy if it was at night, though. I mean, just imagine with a full student section, a band right there. Probably more good. The parents and the fans showed up, but just the full student section at night.
Well, the entire band is here. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I think the band's got to start making some noise. I know they love to make noise at the basketball games.
Well, the student section's not awful. It's just I don't really keep criticizing them, but they're out here in a pretty good amount of numbers, pretty full force. And it's homecoming. People have to get ready. People have to get their nails done, their hair done, and all that.
I'm not judging that. I'm just saying I think it could be a little bit better.
All right,
I think it could be
fair.
better. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying, you got to come out and support the football team. I know they're not doing what everybody thought they'd do, and 0-5, but. It's rivalry, you got to, it's all high school's about, man, football. No, we're not in Texas, but
high school
football is still important.
We talk all the time about Texas high school football. Like, oh, man. My dad is from Dallas, so I can attest to that. They go crazy with their football down there. Superintendent Don Owen, Dr. Donald Owen, is in attendance with his wife.
He should make a demand a Twitter post saying all students get to the football game right now.
Or you're expelled. Here's Meeker. Meeker's going to go deep. Meeker's going to find Chico Lipscomb. He goes down. They're going to say it was incomplete.
It was incomplete.
Did he drop it?
He did drop it.
Looked like he held it.
Nice throw by Meeker, though. Kind of a lob, but right where it had to be. I mean, placed it right in between the two defenders. Chico's got to come up with that one. That would have been a huge play, though.
2:12 to go.
But shouldn't deter the rest of the drive. 10 yards at a time, fellas. 10 yards at a time.
It's the Maroons football to start the second half, so that does put some pressure here on the Tigers. And pitch back to Chico.
There you go. Nice run, Chico. Way to lower the shoulder. Good run. Actually, that's not. That
was Chico.
That was Chico.
That was Chico, yeah.
Yeah, Jerome was out on the block.
Chico's quick, so he's able to get back to the other side pretty quickly.
Like we said, and I like Coach Walker's play call selection. He's using all the athletes he has on the field. Each one's made an impact. Lavoy Young is out on the.
And Lavoy Young is going to pick up a lot here.
There we go.
Big gain for Young. Gets to about the 32.
Offensive line's doing the job. Big holes up the middle. This is the best I've seen them play in a long time. Long time. And like I said, it's Central. They're not going to have the same type of linemen that Peoria Notre Dame has, Peoria High School has, that Normal Community has. They're going to have guys more comparable to our skill set. And there's a nice catch by Chico.
I want to point out real quick, the three schools you mentioned there, Peoria Notre Dame, Peoria, and Normal Community, those are the next 3 games for Central.
Yeah, Central's
brutal into this season.
Yeah, Central's got it tough the rest of the way.
At home against Notre Dame next week, then at Peoria week 8 and week 9. They're back at home against Community, and they've got to win out to make the playoffs. 1-4 right now. I said 1-3 at the top of the show, but they're 1-4. Got to have 5 wins to make the playoffs. Here's Chico.
Close. Be 3rd and 1.
A little more than that, I'd say.
Third and a half.
3rd and 2.
3rd and 1.5.
Well,
third
yeah,
and
3rd and 1.5. All right.
3rd and 3 halves.
I was off. Ish.
It says 3rd and 2, but it's more like 3rd and 3 halves. It's not quite 2, but it's
not also
close enough to call it 2.
Yeah. Ball's on the 25-yard line, and it's Meeker lobbing it up, and it is caught into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Urbana.
Woo-hoo!
I believe that was Jerome Roll that came down with it.
Nice. Great throw by Chico.
And a great catch.
I mean, not Chico. Meeker. Nice catch by Jerome.
Jerome Roll came down with it.
Great
Tigers
catch.
up 24-14.
Great concentration. Great catch, man.
Minute 23 left in the first half.
Woo! Man.
Now, you know, is it bad to say I hope we don't get this so we have a football score again?
Now we hopefully can execute on this too. There we go. He's in.
And into the end zone goes Meeker. 26-14, Urbana. They get the 2.
Great effort by Meeker. Great effort. Layout. And there is a flag on the play, though. Might have to redo this.
Both teams have come off the field. Unsportsmanlike conduct, so this will be assessed on the kickoff.
We got Central on the hooks right now, man. And I got to close out clean last minute 20, no big plays. Clean last minute 20, no big plays. Can't afford to give up a score right here. Taking it into the half at 26-14. Coach Walker, praise them, but you got to keep motivating them. You can't get their heads too big so they come out flat in the second half. You gotta. That's what I always thought. I always thought halftime was one of those big disadvantages for teams with leads at halftime. With not close leads, but bigger leads.
Right.
Not like not your 30-point lead, but you
get a little complacent.
Because you get your head big and come out thinking it's sweet, and then you play flat, and the other team comes out because their coach is I guarantee you right now, Central's coach is gonna give it to him in the locker room. He's gonna give it to him.
Well, what we just saw on the Central sideline is what we saw the coaches do with Urbana's defense early in the game. They got the defense out and they were just talking. They're like,
I think you got to boot this one deep.
Straightened out, and it's an onside kick.
Get it.
It's tipped up, and
get it
on the ground. Central will recover. Man.
That would have been huge.
Got Miller's heart rate up. It was recovered.
Ball popped out at the last second. That would have been a huge ball at the 30-yard line.
By Ben Schultz.
Woohoo! Now, like I said, clean football right here. Transferred over to the band at halftime. They do their part. Clean. Last minute 18, you know. No big plays.
Central could plausibly get into field goal range because they have a kicker. Well, we'll hold that thought. It's Conor Milton. And Conor
There you go.
Milton.
Good tackle. Good tackle. By Julian Welch. Good tackle. And that's why you get them back farther, because they're going to get those 20-yard gains. I mean, they're going to get it. They're going to call it their timeouts, but now you just got to get that clock moving, you know. Get that clock moving.
Minute 9 left.
Nice tackle. 42.
No gain on that play. Minute left. Central has 2 timeouts left. Urbana has 1. And you know Central.
42 by AJ. That's score. AJ again, man.
A field goal only makes it. I mean, it'd still be a 2-possession game. And
get him. Oh.
Holding on to it is McMahon, and McMahon will
keep him in.
Get out of bounds at the 44.
3rd down still, but there's 38 seconds left, so that was it. Dalen almost came up with him in the backfield. Now it would have been a nice tackle, but limit the damage. 3rd down, 38 seconds left. Limit the damage. Let them, if they want to get 20 yards, let them get 20 yards, but don't let them get 49 and score a touchdown. I know I keep saying this, keep reiterating myself, but it's huge right now.
This is a big situation. You're entirely correct. Milton on the carry. Conor Milton inside the 35. All right. The clock will stop because it's 1st down. And still 2 timeouts left for Central. To the 34.5 is where the official's standing. Now goes back to the 35.
30. There we go. Nice tackle by AJ. He's playing a heck of a game. Heck of a first half.
Timeout Central.
Heck of a first half. AJ
on the 34. They gain 1. Going back to an old trick that was taught to me. Always watch where the referee stands after the play, because he'll go out and stand where they spotted the ball. So, because I've been off on my spotting today. It's, you know, we're not working for Fox Sports or CBS, ESPN, NBC, where they've got the spotters for them and nice air-conditioned press box. Mother Nature's our air conditioning today. What a beautiful day it is for football. What a fun second half this is going to be.
No doubt. No doubt. It's going to be one of the funnest seconds. Probably this is the most fun broadcast that I've ever done for a football game. Because we're in it. And we're winning.
We're winning.
We're winning.
We're going to go into halftime with the
Viewers,
lead.
if you don't know this right now, we're winning.
Urbana has
you don't see that very often, but we are winning.
Urbana has not won a home game since October 11th, 2013. I believe that was our homecoming game against Decatur Eisenhower that year. And it's caught at the 35. And Conor Milton gains a few. Central's going to have to use that second timeout here. They will.
That was it. Steven didn't make the tackle on that play, but Steven held up Conor Milton just long enough so the rest of the guys could get over there and finish it. Great job by Steven. He knew it was a screen and he blew it up. Good job.
Steven's got one of the stronger football IQs you'll ever see. So let's look at this. 13.5 seconds left. Central is on the 34-yard line. They won't have any timeouts. So you figure first down stops the clock, probably about 7 or 8 seconds left. And they'd have about 25 yards or fewer still to go. So I don't see them getting off more than 2 plays here. Maybe 3. But, I mean, it depends on if they can find the sidelines or what. But I think at this point, maybe you've got to start taking looks at the end zone. I think what you do is you try and run a play out of bounds here get you a first down or a 4th and short?
I think Central's just going to go for it right here. I think they're going to try and take a shot at the end zone, whether it's running, play action. I think they're going to take it right here.
Well, so my fear is that, I mean, with that, is that they haven't taken a lot of looks at the end zone yet. I'm not really sure if they can get a play through the air that goes for that many yards. They might prove me wrong, but I think I'm trying to pick up a few more yards to the sideline here.
They only got 13 seconds, though.
That's what I'm saying. You
like
gotta
I
find
said,
the
here's the
sideline.
play action.
Here's McMahon. Here's McMahon. It's
yes!
intercepted.
Go!
Intercepted by Mike Maboyo, and Mike Maboyo will get out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Nice play by Maboyo. Way to step in there and take it. To end the threat, kneel it, set it down right here. Let's go into the locker room. Great job, fellas.
You would not try and get anything here.
No,
you just
absolutely not.
No?
No.
That just invites trouble.
That would be silly. To try and pick up 60 yards right here would be silly. Kneel, take your knee, and go into the locker room with the 26-14 lead at halftime.
Well, a few years ago on homecoming, we saw Jalen Jones pick up about a 70-yard play, if I remember correctly, going into halftime. Granted, the Tigers were down. It's victory formation. Meeker will kneel it, and that takes us to halftime. The Tigers go into the locker room up 26-14 as the horn sounds.
Woo!
What a first half we just saw, Miller Calhoun.
That was a great first half, man. I'm proud of these guys for coming out with this intensity. And here comes Mr. Stark. Mr. Stark's going to give him a little pep talk right here. This is a big game for the Urbana football program, man. I can't say it enough. This is a huge game. They have to finish this football game.
This is awesome. Well, 20-minute halftime because it's homecoming. And we'll take a break. We will be back in about 15 minutes for more on the Tigers Media Network. Keep watching Tigers football. We're back on the Tigers Media Network. Second half about to begin. The Tigers enter the third quarter up against Champaign Central, 26-14. I'm Joey Wright, joined again by Miller Calhoun. And Miller, what a fantastic first half we saw. We are set and ready for the second half of action. The Tigers in position to snag their first home win since October 11, 2013 here on homecoming this afternoon.
Got to keep the pedal to the metal. I'm sure Coach Watcher preached that in the locker room, that you can't come out flat. It's going to be important to come out, get a stop on this first possession, because, folks, you got to remember, Central has the kickoff to start this second half. You got to remember that, but key is to not come out flat.
Definitely. It looks like Central's still warming up in their circle. Central was a little late getting out of the locker room coming out of the halftime break. And, Miller, you mentioned as we were about to go into the air, you don't think that there's a very happy locker room there at halftime. Elaborate.
I'm sure Central got slammed. If they didn't get slammed in the locker room, I can't imagine what they were talking about.
Definitely. Let's see, we are just about ready to go. And it looks like they've added a little bit to halftime here, so we're still a minute 40 away from kickoff.
Sun's beating down on my calves, Joey.
And indeed, I want to point out the last home win we had, that October 11th game, that was our homecoming game that year against Eisenhower. Little tidbit there.
Man.
Eisenhower's not in our conference anymore.
Long time ago.
Yeah. I was in 8th grade. You were in 7th grade. Now I'm a senior and you're a junior.
If you would have told me that I'd be up here doing every football game and coming to all the football games, I told you you're crazy. Because, some of that, I didn't even come to the games when I was in middle school. And now it's part of my weekly routine, man.
Definitely.
Friday football day. Get that mind right.
Definitely. We enjoy having you. Great analysis.
Do my best, man.
I don't know what I'm going to do for basketball season. You'll be on the team.
Yeah.
Steven will be on the team.
Yeah.
See how that plays out.
Steven starts coming again,
he's not very reliable.
It's going to be tough, but
we'll make it work.
We'll work through it. Sure, you'll find somebody. Jason could hop on there with you.
No, Jason knows his stuff, so we'll see how it plays out. Now back to the game. Just about 45 seconds, a minute away from a kickoff. Urbana will kick off, and we've seen most every kickoff to this point be an onside kick, a few squibs, but you think we'll see Urbana open up with an onside kick here to start the second half?
Definitely possible. You know, I think be a great thing if they could get it, if they try it and they get it. Coming out of the halftime break, I think that could be huge because Urbana's time right now, they might want to try and get another score without giving up another touchdown, and then, or not even then, now you're up 2 scores. I think you got to milk the clock.
Right, if they haven't already been doing that to this point.
Right.
So, yeah. Jeremy Macharo will kick it off. And I think Central expects the onside kick. They don't have anyone between the 40 and 15-yard lines. And an onside kick from Macharo. And it's fielded by, let's see, Central got it.
Milton landed on it. I believe that's Conor Milton, number 10, yep.
Tipped by Nicholas Johnson of Central, but Urbana able to fall, or rather Central able to fall on it. And they will start the second half with the ball at the 41-yard line. So, 11:55 on the clock. Let's get back dialed in for this, the second half of action. Central down 12. You won't see higher stakes than these all season long.
They've got to come out with the same energy, too. You know, they had great energy, especially the second quarter, great energy. And they got to come out with the same. Someone's got to make a play to start this off to get the energy going up again.
Play fake here. McMahon will keep it, and McMahon will get enough for the first down to the other side of the 50-yard line. Gets to about the 48. And indeed, that's where they'll spot it. So to the 48-yard line goes Milton. Pickup of 11.
You know, no lead is safe in high school, you know. 12-point lead is practically almost nothing in high school because quick bang boom, you know. Well, 16 points could happen, right?
No, that's an excellent point, especially the way this game's gone. As we see the ball carrier there, Booker gets stuffed at the line. Central scores a touchdown here. Pick up the 2-point conversion, brings them to within 3. Quick little onside kick, which is definitely not out of the realm of possibility. And, you know, they get the onside kick, go back down the field and score. They have the lead. That's simple.
Yes, sir. You know,
11-10 left.
That was a nice play by Bubby right there. Good penetration.
Brandon
tackle
Bubby
on the
Smith.
big running back, Booker.
And McMahon, a little
nice
trickery there,
there.
goes to Milton.
They've done that several times. They've done that thing where they'll hand it off one, and then the other guy will hand it off to the other running back.
Quickest option you'll ever see.
Urbana's running. They've been over it. They've been on it. They've sensed it. Made plays.
3rd and 8 from the 46. This is a big play, Miller. Huge play.
Get them into that 3rd and long situation. Puts the defense in a good spot. This is probably 4-down territory.
I was just going to ask, you think if we stop them for, behind the line or even just a gain of a few, you think it's 4-down territory?
Depends on how if it's like less than 5, it'll be 4th down territory. Now it's 4th down territory.
You think so?
No question.
After that small gain?
Question. No question. Great tackle, though, I think that was Michael Boyle. That was a great hit. Hit him right when he caught it.
4th and 2.
One stop. Mr. Luffman's
Chris
fired
Luffman, yeah. He's a dean at Urbana High School, father of Jake Luffman and Luke Luffman, who's committed to wrestle at the University of Illinois. He's loud. The band has yet to return to their section, so not quite the noise presence that we saw in the first half. And it'll be McMahon rolling to his right. He will look, he will fire, he will complete it for a big gain relatively to the 25. First down for Central. They move the chains. That was completed to number 99, Michael Hackenstow.
Tight end. Good find. I mean, that's a big kid right there. Good find.
And Miller, that's exactly what Urbana didn't expect. The way Central's been running the ball. 4th and 2, you expect them to run the ball, not pass it.
They've come out past it so far.
Bit of a different look on offense here. 9:25 left in the third. And it's a handoff here to Evans, and Evans gets stopped. Back at the 26-yard line.
Urbana's playing good against the run so far. I like how they've adjusted to the run. You can give up some passes because they're not going to pass it too often. If you can get minimal gains on first down on their runs, put the defense in a good spot. And this clock keeps on churning.
Right under center is McMahon.
That got me
handoff
right
that
there.
will go to a first down.
That got me right there.
Yeah. Dalton Hall on the carry. At this point, nothing's guaranteed, but you know that Jake Meeker and Phillips Lipscomb, the Urbana offense, they're expecting Central to finish this off the way this drive's gone. So,
they're getting ready.
they're getting,
And they're confident, and that's the good part about it. They're confident. They know they can score, put points on the board, and they're confident.
Central didn't quite get the first down that last play. They will get it here. It'll be 1st and 10 from inside the 15 to 13-yard line is where the ball will be spotted. Central's taking a page out of Urbana's playbook here with this nice long opening drive. Not quite as long as we saw Urbana open the game, but
that's not. I don't think that's what they want to do though. They're down 12. I mean, they got to remember that they're down 12 and they're taking a while. That just benefits Urbana because that gives them. I mean, that they might score, but then that gives them less time to be able to score again.
And a pitch goes to Milton on the right side. Conor Milton.
Nice hit by AJ.
And a nice gain from Milton. AJ has really stepped up since he made that mistake with the onside kick. Remember that long drive that Central had that almost yielded a touchdown for them? He was able to make the stop from 4th and 1 at the 4-yard line. And he's had a big game since.
And then once we got the ball back, we ended up scoring on that play on that long run by Demetri Turner-Winston.
Yeah.
So that was a huge turn of events.
64 yards, I believe, was that run from Turner Winston. So we'll see. 7:05 left, 2nd and 5. And Milton to the end zone, touchdown, Maroons. Check that, that was Dalton Hall giving the Maroons 6. So they bring it back to within one possession, 26-20 right now.
But I thought that was a good defensive possession by the Tigers. They made them take some clock, took 5 minutes, and they had some chances to get off the field. Now, don't get me wrong, they had some chances. They stopped the run when limited some big gains. It wasn't there weren't many chunk plays. So I thought that was a decent, could be better, but decent defensive drive.
And the extra point nearly blocked, but good from Muhammad Swede.
That was
26-21.
Josh Marshall coming and trying to block it.
And Josh Marshall wears his heart on his sleeve. One of the most passionate players you'll find on this Tigers team. If he makes a mistake, he's pretty hard on himself. And,
yeah.
So he goes out, plays his hardest. He doesn't like making mistakes, and he's played a pretty good game to this point. We've seen him back returning punts and such.
Now the Tigers got to be ready for the onside kick. They got to be ready for it.
It's exactly what I alluded to. This is 26-21, and that's how the game could change quickly. Should Central get this onside kick, they're down 5. I think I said they'd be down 3 for some reason earlier, but they're down 5 right now. They go down and score a touchdown, get that 2-point conversion, they would be up 3. So, big play here. Central definitely does not want to put it in the hands of Demetri Turner-Winston or Christian Phillips. Christian Phillips returned a kick last week against Notre Dame.
Especially in space, and that's probably why they're doing the onside kick. And they probably thought at the beginning of this game that the Tigers' offense was not going to be as effective as it has been. So it's going to be a tough call now. Do you give them the good field position? Do you give it to them around the 40-yard line, or do you kick it deep and face that possibility that we return it for a touchdown? And it looks like they're going to kick it deep.
We'll see. That was Santiago Rodriguez on the kick, and it goes out of the end zone. So That's I guess, how you prevent the
you just kick it out of the end zone.
That'll set Urbana up at the 25-yard line. Urbana's first drive was around the 7-minute mark. There are 7 minutes and 1 second left here in the first quarter. And the Tiger offense trots back out onto the field. So here we go. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Not the 25 in high school, it's the 20-yard line. And it goes out, okay. To the 25 now Urbana will go. It's Tyza Winston on the reception.
Way to get as many yards as possible there by Tyza. It was a little bit of an off throw by Meeker, brought him back farther, but he made good effort to get some yards, and he picks up 7.
6:53 left. So from the 27-yard line, it's now 2nd down and 3. And did Central jump that? I think they did. Yep, neutral zone infraction. Looks like that'll go against Ben Schultz, number 88.
It's a wide receiver number, 88.
We've seen him on offense a little bit to this point.
You know, this is one of the games where Urbana's actually had more depth than the opposite team.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought Central was going to travel a little bit better than they did. They didn't bring a ton of numbers today. And this is one of the first option plays we've seen not go for a very big gain. Lavoie Young couldn't quite get much on that. 2nd down and 13.
Fred stopped at 12, Johnny Henderson. Loss of 3 on the play.
So 2nd down and 13 from the 29, and it's Meeker going out, finds Mike Maboyo.
Nice play by Mike Maboyo.
To around the 40, will set up 3rd and short.
Great effort right there to get the extra yards. 3rd and 2 coming up.
And Miller at halftime, we saw the homecoming court representatives honored. For the freshmen, Namara Brown, Elijah Jones. The sophomores, Kinsey Bostic and Yob Demise. We'll hold that thought. The snap gets behind Meeker, and Meeker's going to go down for a big loss to the 30-yard line. And we'll see Urbana punt.
For the first time?
Yeah.
That's a missed opportunity right there. That was
3rd and short.
That's unfortunate.
And Miller, we've seen that to this point in the season. Some snaps that have gotten behind the quarterbacks. First time we've seen that today. The Tigers have played a pretty clean game, but an untimely mistake. 4th and 12, and Jeremy Rumsey will come on and punt it. Junior representatives for homecoming court were Kiera Thomas and Mike Maboyo on the team here. We saw him make a reception just a few moments ago, and the senior homecoming king, Andreu Allen, the queen, is Daisha Winston. This is bobbled a bit. Here goes Central. It's about the 40-yard line. That was Bryson Carter back returning that punt.
That was risky there. He almost bobbled it and dropped it. And that would have been risky, but he held on to it, picked up a few yards.
So we hear the Tigers football sponsors honored on the public address system behind us. What are we looking here for? What are we looking for here with Central, Miller?
Same. Their mentality is not going to change, Joey. They're going to ground it and pound it still. I mean, their offense is not too complicated. They got some wrinkles where they'll do some trickery here and there, but
pretty good play fake. In fact, I thought Dalton Hall had the ball. It was Luke McMahon the whole time. Gained 2 yards. It'll be at the 42-yard line.
Tackled by Bubby there.
Well, the ball is halfway between the 37 and the 38. So 4:45 left. And on the 37. Man in motion, it's Milton. And it goes to Evans. Evans had that big rush to give Central their first lead of the game, and he'll give them the lead here as he goes 37 yards. Terrell Evans for the Maroons touchdown.
That's the chunk play right there, and it was a good read because if the quarterback or the other running back would have got it, it would have gone for a loss. But handed it to the right guy right there. Good play call, and they've got the lead again.
So 4:29 left. The extra point would put Central up by 2. 28-26. It's 27-26 right now.
This is what I was afraid of, Joey. Came out a little bit flat.
Muhammad Sweet.
Like I said,
is good.
Those points can go away just like that. It's gone away just like that.
Yeah.
Came out and scored 14 unanswered points in the first 7.5 minutes, so.
It's taking the wind out of our sails a bit.
Yeah.
So what does Urbana do to get this back?
Have another good sustained drive, and I think they would have had it the last time had they not fumbled it on that third down play. I think they would have had another good drive, but it kind of ruined that. And, you know, kind of put their defense in a tough situation, a tough spot there.
And now what do we do? What does Central do on this kickoff? Now I think they onside kick it here. I honestly do. Keep the momentum go. Well, I hope they don't.
They're not going to.
I think they will.
They would have brought out their other kicker. They're bringing out this kid to boot it deep again. Because that was the first stop they had. I mean, you got to think about that. I mean, that was the first stop of the game they've had against us. And what happened? They kicked it deep.
4:29 left. They'll kick it deep. And it goes right to Dimitri Turner-Winston at the 2-yard line. Here goes Turner-Winston. Dimitri Turner-Winston finds a hole. Here goes Dimitri Turner-Winston. He's at the 40-yard line. One man to beat. To the 20, to the 15, inside the 10, and brought down.
And
Dimitri Turner-Winston.
That's why you don't kick it deep. It's exactly
exactly
what you said, Joey. That's the risk you take of kicking it deep.
Didn't quite get it out of the end zone. And found a man who's made big plays.
Meach has had a great game to this point, and I think you got to keep feeding him on offense. I mean, give him a break now because he just ran. I mean,
hell yeah,
70, 80 yards, almost 90 yards because he returned it from 2-yard line. But once he catches his breath again, you got to keep feeding him because he's eating out there.
It's 88 yards.
He's trying to eat. We've passed lunch, Joey. He's trying to get his dinner now.
Yeah. He's got to have more than 150 all-purpose yards. 4:15 left, and the Tigers back in business. This drive will start on the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, and it's Meeker handing it off to Lavoy Young. Gains nothing. I do want to credit Santiago Rodriguez. The kicker for Central. Made a play, made that big tackle. You know, you don't see the kickers do that too often, but
yeah,
he made the play he needed to.
He did. I mean, he barely got him. I mean, if it would have been in the open field, I'm pretty sure Michi would have made him miss, but it was right on the sideline there. He had the help of the boundary, but good. It was a saving tackle, yeah. Now we got to.
Urbana gains nothing. You know, we haven't attempted a field goal all year.
And this will not be the first time, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah,
guarantee you that.
You're right.
Not in this moment.
It would give us the lead. It's field goal range, but we didn't have anyone who could kick it. So.
And sure, you could.
Play action, Meeker to the end zone and roll. He caught his second. Jerome Roll gives the Tigers the lead again. Made that big play at the end of the first half and makes another big play here, still early in the second half. The Tigers go back up 32-28.
Just throw it up to him, man. He's going to bring it down. He's proven that today. Woo.
How about that?
Nice catch on the boundary over there on the opposite side of the field for a touchdown, and now the leaping catch and mossing the Central defender.
He's getting him. He's getting after it.
Randy Moss, look that up and put it on NFL Countdown, man. 2 plays from Jerome Rao. Hopefully we get this 2-pointer.
And it's Phillips. Into the end zone. The 2-point conversion. It's 34-28. So now, should Central score, we're in a position to where we could block the extra point or have them miss it and we'd still be tied. Big 2-point conversion there if all things play out like
or
like that.
Not let them score.
Or hopefully that. I was just going to say
yeah,
that, you know,
exactly.
but should they score, and it's a shootout. So that possibility not entirely out of the realm of happening, but that's a big play, big drive. Big return, short drive. I want to point out WCIA ran a feature on the Urbana Central rivalry a few nights ago. Interviewed athletic director Steve Waller. He said he was excited to see this rivalry flavored up again. I quote him on that. Flavored up was the exact quote he used with this rivalry, and we can see the trophy there behind the end zone. Not right now, but it is behind the end zone, the Wright Street Trophy. So,
you know, I find it funny, Joey. The cheerleaders are so tired because they just had to do those kicks.
Yeah.
And they had to do those push-ups because this is the most points we've scored all year.
Yeah.
They're a little bit out of breath here.
A little bit gassed here, and they still got homecoming tonight.
And there's still 3 minutes left in the third quarter, so they might have they're going to be in for a long. Get it!
And it's going to be recovered by Urbana. We got it back. Woo! Recovered by Jeremy Rumsey. 3:11 left. The Tigers are rolling again.
Woo! And you know, Joe, you said it. We'd eventually get one of them.
Yeah.
And we got it.
That's big. So now we go down. We can put this to where it's a 2-possession game again.
And put that Central defense right back out there that just got off the field. Although it wasn't a very long drive, though, because first and goal from the 10. But
these cheerleaders are going to be ripped by the time the game's over. Getting a workout today.
Kjartan, man.
Yeah.
Doing those push-ups.
Kjartan and Quan. They can do it. They're both fairly strong guys.
That's what they signed up for, man.
Yeah.
Can't take the fame if you can't endure the pain. Or something like that. However they said that, I don't know.
The fame of being an Urbana High School cheerleader.
I just butchered that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sounds like something that people would say. It sounds like, I mean, I've never heard it, but
and it's like no fame to game if you can't take the pain or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know. It's like Ricardo Vargas was on a Joey Wright show earlier this season, and spoils of war. I hadn't heard that until he mentioned it, but apparently it's something people say. And the spoils of war today is going to be having the whole Champaign-Urbana community knowing that Urbana won. Should we hold on? I think I used that right. I don't know. What do you think Urbana's talking about in the timeout, and why would Urbana call a timeout here this early, having just recovered an onside kick?
Well, this is a big drive. I mean, if they can get it back to 2 scores, huge drive.
Sure.
Yeah, I think what you got to do here is go Meach. Bounce it to the outside or go up the gut again.
Turner Winston in the backfield with Chico Lipscomb. Jake Meeker, shotgun formation. It does go to Meeker. It's a quarterback keeper. Meeker to the outside. Here goes Meeker inside the 25. 3:03 on the clock.
There's a flag. Holding.
Probably going to bring. We'll see who it's on. If we even get a number. I don't think we will.
It's probably on Dalen the way he's holding his hands up.
Dalen was called for a big penalty last week, much to his dismay. But it'll still be first down.
1st and 10 still. It's a very long game, but just do it again, man. And that's the benefit. That's why you run the read option right there.
Millen, you know, I never like to correct you, but it's actually going to be a 1st and 9 here. You don't see that too often.
As I was saying, that's why you do the read option, because you get the defense shifting one way, and then the quarterback busts it for a big gain.
And Meeker fell down.
And that's the – oh!
That'll be an unsportsmanlike conduct call against Central. That'll go against number 50, Aaron Banks.
It's completely unnecessary.
Personal foul against Champaign Central.
Banks is coming out of the game. No one on his team knew what he was doing.
And that's a huge play right there.
I saw him get called out by Michael Hackenstab there, number 99. I see one of his coaches not too happy with him.
That's a huge play right there.
Yeah. That'll move the chains.
Completely unnecessary. Meeker's on the ground, defenseless, and you come in and hit him lay right on top of him. I mean, that's what they're trying to eliminate in football. They're not trying to keep that going. I mean, they're trying. If you watch the Bears game,
Trevathan.
That guy's gonna get some. He needs to get a lengthy, not a lengthy, but a suspension at least.
And Meeker lost the ball, recovered by Central. I think Hackenstab fell on it. Yep, Michael Hackenstab recovers the Jake Meeker fumble. All right, that just wasn't going to be our drive, I guess. Well,
Coach Walker's not too happy. They can't hang their heads, though. I mean, you gotta remember, this is still winning. He's got to forget about that. He has to.
And Miller, it's a situation to where, you can't let that one play dictate what you do here. And we're going to see a nice play here from the Tigers defense. To about the 38.
Started by 52.
To the 40-yard line, gave him forward progress.
Cleaned up. Absolutely cleaned up by Bubby.
It's that old saying, don't let one bad moment spoil a bunch of good ones.
Right, exactly. And he's the quarterback. He can't hang his head. I mean,
no.
There's still a whole quarter to play.
With how well they've played today.
And one of the most important, probably one of the most important, the most important game of the season right now.
Yeah.
You can't hang your head.
Yeah, I don't think we're not going to run into this atmosphere the rest of the season. And Central will take a timeout. I think we'll draw a pretty good game, pretty good
Senior
crowd.
night.
The Manual game, yeah, that'll be a good crowd.
Good crowd. Because that's a very winnable game.
But in terms of crosstown rivalry action, you're not going to find a better atmosphere than this season. And a big turnout with the class of 72 and the class of 77. Student section is filled out nicely. It's going to be a fun fourth quarter. It really is. Central has 40 yards to drive, or rather 60 yards to drive. They're on the other 40-yard line. $1:57 left. Just joining us, I'm joined by Miller Calhoun. I'm Joey Wright. Jason Liggett is on our camera. Ricardo Vargas had to depart at halftime. And keeper for McMahon, he's going to be sacked. Big loss. Big play.
52. They had a couple of nice plays here.
Tobias Coleman,
the young sophomore. Big plays, back-to-back big plays in the run game. 3rd and 21.
Now you got to play deep. I wouldn't bring more than 3 men rush.
You got it.
Rush in here.
They're going to run it. And you can't give up a big run right here.
Well, you also can't sell out on the run either.
Yeah, but I'd bet most of my money here they're going to run it.
I would not be surprised if McMahon rolled out and looked for a tight end here. Still under center. I don't think they've run a play in the shotgun formation in a while here. McMahon,
yeah,
they're going to pass it. They're going to throw it. And it's incomplete. Intended for the man who got them the ball in the first place. Hackenstab couldn't get it. 4th and 21. So, hasn't been the best sequence of events for either offense.
And this will be a punt, most definitely.
Josh Marshall is back to return it. Called his name out a little bit ago. Few players on this team want to make a big play today more than Marshall does. I can promise you that. And he's got a chance to do so. And a good punt. Marshall will have a chance. Marshall will have a chance to field it. Picks it up. He will run it from the 35-yard line. Josh Marshall. Flag is down. And he gets to the 48. Likely will go against Urbana. We'll see.
block in the back or something.
Tigers offense comes on the field. Maroons defense comes out onto the field. 52 seconds flat. And we await the call. Illegal block against Urbana. So that'll back him up a bit on what was a pretty good return from Marshall.
Penalties are costing us right now. Now you got to eat some clock right here. Get a nice drive. We've been unsuccessful so far, but defense has stepped up this second half.
Well,
no turnovers created yet, but except for the interception.
Yeah,
Mike Maboyo to end the half, but
a huge play now. Looking back on it,
yes,
and it was a huge play then, of course. But here's Meeker, and it will be a pass. Screen play here to Chico. Chico Lipscomb.
There we go.
Will pick
There's
up a first down. A flag is down. Flag is down at the 30-yard line. I would say a hold against Urbana, but it could be, and it will be a hold against Urbana. I was going to say it could have been some sort of defensive holding or pass interference, but with how quickly he released the ball.
Yeah, on these when the flag's thrown like that and it's a screen, it's a hold.
Yeah.
And you're not going to see much like in the NFL where you see hands to the face. Probably won't even see defensive holding too much. You're going to see pass interference both sides, or you're going to see holding, blocking the back. That's what you're going to see.
Play here goes out to Roll. Jerome Roll has 2 touchdown receptions to this point. I don't think he'll get his third here, and he won't, but he crosses the 45-yard line. First down, Urbana.
Jerome is having a huge game today. A lot of people are having big games today, but he's having a great. That's his 3rd catch, and he's caught. This is probably his 3rd target, and he's caught all 3 balls.
He's been very efficient. Very efficient.
And that gives us back to the original line, right back to where we were gonna be, which is
46-yard line is where this play will originate from.
Like, we're not even simple plays, and we're getting our guys in space and making these guys miss.
And they're getting it done. And you said we want that nice, slow, and methodical drive, but if you get a chance for one of those chunk plays, you get a chance for a big gain, you're not going to stop.
Right, exactly.
So you're going to keep going.
I mean, take it if it's there. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Points.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. Points.
But
the objective of any
if you can't get points, at least take some time off the clock and then get some points. That's the best case scenario.
That ends the 3rd. The Tiger Marching Band plays again.
I'd
34-28, entering the 4th. So Urbana will start the ball with a 2nd and 9 situation, about 50 yards to go. Ball is on their own 47. So a big play here as we welcome you back for the 4th quarter. I'm Joey Wright. Miller Calhoun joins me on the mic. Jason Liggett's on our camera. It's a handoff to Dimitri Turner-Winston, and Winston fumbles the ball. Central will pick it up. Central recovers. Wow.
Man, I didn't even know they were running a play yet.
Everyone's getting caught sleeping here. Neither offense has been able to establish roots these last few drives. 11:53 left.
Defense has got to come through again.
It's turning into a defensive battle. 11:53 left. Central takes over from their own 43-yard line. Moderate gain for them. It'll be second and medium. Ball will be spotted at their own 47-yard line. Quick look ahead to our next broadcast. It will be October 10th, senior night for the soccer team and Coach Blackman's final regular season home game at the helm of the Tigers soccer program. That's soccer against Peoria Richwoods at 6 p.m. on October 10th, our next broadcast with the Tigers Media Network. McMahon hands it off. Booker and Jalen Booker to the other side of the field. First down for the Maroons to the 41-yard line. Chris Luffman, we highlighted him earlier. He's telling him, get that football, force a turnover. What a big play that would be.
That would.
10:55 left. To the 35 and beyond. It'll be second down and short, and everyone falls down there. Big pile of people fell down at once. And I can't overstate how big of a game this is for both sides. Both teams want this. Both teams need this. Central needs this to stay playoff eligible. Urbana needs this just to get things going on the right track. And it's been a pretty successful coach season, first season for Coach Walker, all things considered. And definitely this would be that signature win he's looking for.
Yeah.
And that first win he's looking for.
Yeah.
At the helm of the Tigers. So, I mean,
he wants it. You can tell he wants it.
A lot of nerves on both sidelines right now. A lot of nerves up here in on top of the press box. A lot of nerves in the stands. This is tense. I don't think I've ever felt this here at an Urbana High School football game before. First down and a little bit for Central. Looks like. I think they're going to give them forward progress in the first, and indeed they'll spot it at the 29-yard line, or rather the 30.5, 29.5, whatever, between the 29 and the 30. That should move the chains, and it will.
First and 10, Central at the 29-yard line.
Just like a hushed silence over the crowd. Everyone, it's like not even.
Don't get me started on the crowd, Joey.
We finally got you off the crowd at halftime. We don't need to get you back on them, but
half the people are on their phones, not even paying attention.
I've been complaining about that for years. You know, that is worse at middle school basketball games than anywhere else.
Well, that's a story school.
That's a story for another day. Jalen Booker, first down Maroons. You see better basketball at the middle school level sometimes than anywhere else. It's a hot take.
I disagree.
It's a hot take, but state
it's
championship.
Put the Joey Wright signature sizzle on that one.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
But
hey, I've seen several state championship games at that level in person. 8-4A,
it's a state
biggest
championship.
Division.
That's
good basketball.
Going to be good at any level. Nonetheless, middle school.
Yeah. Hand off to Evans, and Evans, he's the guy they go to when they need the lead. Almost gets to the 5-yard line, didn't quite get there. Gets to the 7. 9 minutes, 11 seconds left on the board.
Bring up a first and goal from the 7 for Champaign Central.
Has not been the longest drive for the Maroons. McMahon with Booker and Evans in the backfield. And a little handoff there, didn't go anywhere to Booker.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Spotted between the 5 and the 4, actually pretty much right on the 5. So it goes for a gain of 2. It's Jerome Rowell on the stop. So 2nd and 5 from the 5-yard line, 2nd and goal. And it's a pitch back to Evans. Evans gets to the
tackle by AJ.
4, big tackle from AJ. They'll spot it at the 4-yard line, so 3rd
2 more.
and goal from the 3.
2 more.
Or from the 4. Ugh. Messed that up. Under 8 to go.
Fred stops at 42 on 5. Bring up a 3rd and goal from the 4.
3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. We've seen the Tigers make a stop in a very similar situation earlier in the ball game. The defensive line shifting to the left, and the play will go to Booker up the middle. It'll be 4th down.
Oh, Jake.
And goal. Jake Loftman, the stop, senior. Jake Loftman wants this win very badly.
One more stop.
4th down and
the
goal.
The crowd does not get loud on this one.
From the 3.
4th and goal from the 3.
And here comes the crowd. It's 4th down and goal, 3-yard line. Miller Calhoun is clapping. The class of 72 making some noise. Class of 77 not really doing much, nor is the class of 72. But there are some rumblings. Now they're getting loud. Here we go. 4th and goal, 3-yard line, and a timeout called by Central. So we'll have those nerves mount all over again. Central has 1 timeout left, only 1. Urbana has 2. You almost figure Central has a kicker. It's a 6-point game. They could plausibly kick a field goal here, make it a 3-point game, get the ball back, make a stop, get the ball back, go down and kick another field goal. It would tie it up. But I don't think they're looking to do that here. But that's one way they could play it, and that's one way they could discuss it here in this timeout.
Got to get this stop, though. That's the most important thing. Wrap up.
The band is making noise.
This is where you show you want it. 6:49 left in the 4th quarter of the biggest game of the season.
And Central will go for it. And what that timeout from Central did is it got the Urbana crowd into it. It's loud here at McKinley Field. Miller Calhoun making noise. Everybody making noise. A sneak to the end zone. Touchdown Maroons. Luke McMahon. Right through the middle. Akin to a knife through warm butter for the Maroons touchdown. 34 all. Extra point will be big. Now what you got to do for Urbana is block the kick.
Or hope the kid chokes.
Or hope, yeah. Or
misses.
Hope the pressure is...
Got to remember, it's high school. It's not like college or NFL where extra points are pretty much automatic. This is high school, man.
It'll be Muhammad Swede, who has been pretty much automatic today. 34 all, 6:47 left on the board. Good snap. The kick is up and through. So Central goes ahead by 1.
But you know what would be really nice? 6:47 left. Take up the rest of the time. Drive slow and methodical down the field.
Don't do that to me, Miller. That would be... We get a situation where it's about 3 minutes... 2-3 minutes left on the clock, and it comes down to like a 4th and goal for the ball game. Don't do that to me, man. That's Nerve City.
But what they can't do on this drive is the past 3 drives they've fumbled or had penalties limiting them. We could have scored on the past 3 drives. I felt like they were good drives. We're still getting big plays, but it's fumbling and it's penalties that have cost us. In the second half, which has dwindled away, and all of a sudden we're looking at 6:47 left, and we've only scored 8 points compared to the 28 we put up, with the 26 we put up in the first half. We've only scored 8. And here comes the onside kick, Joey. They don't get this onside kick. It's definitely going to be tough. They have to secure this onside kick.
Here we go from Booker, onside kick, fielded by Urbana. So we got that part. Falling on it was...
This gives us good field position. Good field position.
Rowell fell on it. I think I called him Roll a few times earlier. My apologies. Jerome Rowell.
Got to stay disciplined and focus to the main objective, which is score a touchdown. don't commit any silly penalties, and don't turn it over. If they do that, they should find some success.
So Urbana will start this from their own 43-yard line. Meeker, shotgun formation, snap, play action. He's going to go deep to Christian Phillips. Christian Phillips comes down with it at the 30-yard line.
There's a flag down.
We'll see what it is.
Can only assume one thing. Yeah.
They picked up the flag. First down, Urbana.
And you know, when he threw that ball, I was like, crap. You know,
I heard you.
Meeker,
you said it. That was audible.
Meeker throwing it triple coverage, lobbing it up there. But Christian, great athlete. Controls it. Great hands, soft hands. Brings it in.
It helps when you got the confidence to make that play.
It does. I mean, Meeker's confident right now, and that should get his confidence way up.
That shouldn't. That was nearly intercepted by Booker. This will be 2nd and 10 from the 31.
But hey, he didn't catch it.
He didn't know. Hey, it was not an
interception.
interception.
No need to panic here. 6.5 minutes. I mean, 10 yards at a time. 10 yards at a time. Even Jason didn't think that was possible. Look at Jason. He's stunned by this.
He's a stunned man. 6:30 to go. 4th quarter. Tigers down 1, and it's a pitch back to Phillips. Christian Phillips to the outside. Christian Phillips to the 25-yard line, to the 20-yard line. That'll move the chains for another Urbana first down.
Woo! And way to not hold there. There was no holding call. Good job, you know. Good solid blocks there, but that was all Christian right there.
Oh, yeah.
Great speed to get to the outside.
Size to keep going after his first hit.
Yep. And hold on to the ball, you know.
Meeker goes up, and it's nearly picked off by Luke McMahon. Luke McMahon also plays some linebacker for the Maroons. And
Meeker's got to be smart here, you know. He's been pretty good at being smart and managing the game, but he can't force it right now. 6:18 left, and we've stayed with this mantra that he's a game manager, and he's been doing that very well. But now he's starting to take some unnecessary risks.
And Lavoy Young gets stuffed.
Some unnecessary risks that don't need to be taken. But now you really got to, 10 yards. And 10 yards is no easy task in 2 plays. But the way they've been playing today, it's definitely possible. But they can't have any penalties. A penalty right now would be gut punching, gut wrenching.
And whereas Central
can't afford to take a 10-yard penalty.
Whereas Central has a kicker that could finish this drive off with a field goal plausibly, Urbana does not have that. Urbana has to get in the end zone here.
Right.
Pitch way back to Chico. It's a pass, and it's going to be, it was way too far ahead of Christian. So, 4th down and 10 from the 19-yard line. Whew. Now, the Tigers have been pretty good on 4th down to this point. They've been very good, in fact.
They don't make this. The only good thing to come out of that is there's still 5 minutes left.
And they have 2 timeouts. Of course, no 2-minute warning in high school.
Second half, it's been hard to stop the run. So
4th and 10 from the 19. Meeker rolling out to his right, under pressure, gets sacked, lost the ball, and that'll end the play at the 30-yard line. Big play for the Maroons.
Got to get the ball back now. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Really got to stop them now.
How big would a turnover be here?
Huge.
Force that. I mean, yeah, I don't even have to ask that.
And it's probably gonna come by fumble because I can't imagine them passing it here. And I've said it all game, sometimes they've passed it, but now 5 minutes left, and their bread and butter run, trying to get the clock down, they're gonna run it.
And it's a handoff that will go for a first down. from Dalton Hall. The only situation I can envision them running it in would be a 3rd and long, or third and more than 7 or 8, where Urbana would sell out on the run, and then they would just come up and try and fool them with a pass or even a play action. Or even they might try something that is not a conventional pass. They might try that little halfback pass sort of deal, or an option pass that Urbana tried there with Chico and Christian. 5 minutes flat left in the final quarter of regulation, and moving forward for a pretty big gain is Luke
QB
McMahon.
sneak for 10 yards.
Clock keeps ticking. 2nd down and 2.
Mr. Luffman knows how big this game is.
Yeah.
He's the only amped up fan in the crowd. Good job, Mr.
Man.
Hey, now there's
The alumni
parents are
getting
starting
into
to
it.
chant.
Well, those are the alumni, and I guess parents too.
And the students are quiet. I mean, come on.
They're clapping.
Okay.
2nd and 2.
They're starting to now. Took a little initiative.
A little bit. 2nd down and 2. McMahon gets stuffed before he can hand off the ball.
See, that was a good play.
That's Rowell. That's Jerome Rowell that came up and made the tackle.
That was a good play right there. He jumped the snap, got in there before he could get hit, and then he just got the quarterback before he could hand it off.
3rd down and 6.
And that'll probably only work once, because now, you know, you don't want to get caught off sides doing that.
They're going to change the snap count.
Yeah, exactly. But he got it right there and made a big play.
Play clock is at 12.
3rd and 6. You got to get this one right here.
Here we go. 3rd down and 6 from the 44. And we get the stop. We get the stop at the 45.
Do they go now? They got to be punting it.
Ball spotted right on the 45-yard line. Clock ticks down.
Wow, Coach Walker. Oh, he's gonna save the timeouts for. They're on offense. They just need a score, man. Just a score.
Back
and
to
this is
return
the
Josh Marshall.
Now, if Artem would have joined the football team, this has been the great point to have him at.
This is where we'd like a kicker, yes.
But we don't have him, so.
2:55.
Botch the snap. Come on, botch it.
High snap, but fielded.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Marshall's going to come up. Marshall's going to try and field it. And went nowhere, but he held on the ball.
At least he held on to the ball.
So they're going to spot this at the 28. Want to make sure I get that right. It is the 28. Urbana, 72 yards to go. 2 minutes, 40 seconds.
Deep breaths, Joey.
I was
just
40 yards.
Doing a deep breath exercise. Calm myself down. You know. Biggest 240 of the season.
Or rather, 2 minutes and 40 to go to get those 72 yards.
This is the most meaningful amount of time we've played in a game. Like, we've never played a meaningful game this far into the game.
No, this is it.
In a long time, like, seriously, since manual.
Dimitri Turner-Winston is going to gain a few. He fell down with the ball outreached.
Yeah, you gotta come on. I mean, clock's ticking, guys. I mean, come on. I mean, you gotta come on. Let's go.
The ball's on it's between the 31 and the 32. 2nd down and 7.
Let's go.
Meeker, shotgun formation. We haven't seen a ton of this we've seen a lot of this from the Tigers. My bad, not a ton from Central. And Meeker will pass it to Christian Phillips. Christian Phillips will get the 1st down and a little bit more, not much more than that.
Clock should stop, and then let's go.
To the other side of the 40-yard line.
Let's get up. Let's get our play. Once he sets the ball down, you guys get over it. The clock starts. So
temporarily start. Yep.
Come on, let's go.
41-yard line.
Let's go.
59 yards to go for Urbana. Shotgun formation, man in motion is Christian Phillips. Meeker will go out, look to Mike Maboyo. A flag is down. Mike Maboyo is going to break free. Flag still down. We'll see how this ends up. Mike Maboyo is whistled out. I don't understand that one at all.
It's
probably going to be a holding against Urbana, but he was not out of bounds.
Illegal man downfield.
Minute 52 left.
Who's the illegal man downfield? The ref threw the flag when the play started. What's the illegal man downfield?
They haven't been giving us numbers.
An eligible receiver. How's there an ineligible receiver?
I guess a lineman went out for it, or the referee thought the lineman went out for it, or.
The point I'm trying to make here is though he threw the flag.
I understand what you're saying. The flag was thrown right as the play started.
And how could you get that far down the field? I don't understand.
Puts the Tigers with a 1st and 16 situation. The ball moved back to the 36. Christian Phillips moves a little bit, and it's Meeker throwing out to Mike Maboyo again, and Mike Maboyo stays up, 45-yard line, whistled down.
Coach might want to use a timeout here.
Cuts what the Tigers need in half. 2nd down, and it'll be about 8.
Got to get up. I mean, come on.
7. 2nd and 7.
Coach has got to consider using those timeouts soon.
Rather 2nd and 6. Minute 30 left.
I mean, come on, let's go.
Clock runs down, minute 25 left, and in the backfield is Meeker. Meeker rolls out to his right, pitches to Dimitri Turner-Winston, and Winston is going to keep going.
Timeout, timeout.
That'll set us up with a 3rd and 2. Timeout Urbana. Minute 15 left with the clock stopped.
I mean, we got to get up to the line and hurry.
Tigers are down 1. It's 35-34. Minute 15 left, and Miller, we do have to hurry up. That's exactly what some fans are urging the Tigers to do. Move with a purpose. The Tigers haven't faced a situation like this year, or really, I don't know if ever they've faced a situation like this. A lot of these guys.
And if you're not going to get out of bounds, you gotta make sure you're going to get that 1st down. You better give all your effort to getting that 1st down. Otherwise, get out of bounds. Don't mess around and try and break tackles and put the burden on yourself to break tackles to get that 1st down. If you're not going to get there, get out of bounds. Because then at that point you're just wasting time.
Yep. 3rd down and 1. The Tigers have not won a game on this field in nearly 4 calendar years. October 11, 2013, their last home win. It's homecoming. This is a huge game against a huge rival. Everyone at Urbana High School wants to see the Tigers win this game. They're down by 1 with a minute 15 left. And they will look. They will find Mike Maboyo. 1st down. He stays up. Now goes down. Other side of the 45. Clock stops temporarily.
Yep.
Minute 8. Referees spot the ball at the 44-yard line.
Once these signals go, let's go. Let's go. Play should already be called. Guys should already be set.
Minute 3 left and counting as the ball is snapped. Meeker goes out. It is caught by Rowell.
All right, let's go. I'd use the timeout right here.
50 seconds left. No timeout called. 2nd down and short. Clock ticking. 45, 44, 43. Timeout.
No.
Nope. There was a whistle blown. No timeout. Chico in motion. And it goes to Christian Phillips, who catches it for the 1st, loses the football.
He's got it. He's got it.
Mike Maboyo comes in to recover the fumble.
He's got it. Maboyo's got it.
Mike recovered the fumble.
Yes.
30 seconds left. This has got to be where Urbana uses that timeout, I think.
No, it's 1st down, Joey.
The clock stops. You're correct.
1st down. Now, play should be called. You guys should be calling the play right now before that ref signals 1st down. Play should be called right now.
29-3 on the clock. It's yet to start.
Let's go.
Now it starts. Meeker almost immediately has the ball snapped to him. He rolls to his left. He finds Christian Phillips. Christian Phillips to the 10-yard line.
Timeout.
Inside the 10.
First down. Come on.
1st and goal. I wouldn't call that timeout here, Miller. Don't call that timeout. It's 1st down.
Come on. Come on.
19-8 on the clock. 1st down and 10. 1st and goal. More like 1st and goal from the 9.
Go!
Here we go. The clock is running.
Call timeout.
Urbana calls that timeout. 17 on the clock. Whew, this is something. Oh, man. Oh. Well, we got to keep calling the game. What's your play call here, Miller? 1st and
I mean,
I recognize that we got a little crazy there, but it's first and goal, 9-yard line, 17 seconds left. Tigers are down 35-34.
It's got to go to the end zone. You can't throw it if it's in the middle of the field and he's not going to get to the end zone, game's over. Because there's no way we get up there and line it up and then somehow get up there to snap the ball.
I'm going to disagree. 17 seconds is enough time to where if we don't get it to the end zone, we could spike it.
But you can't
count on
assume that, right?
Well, yeah, that's
Take
fair.
shots to the end zone. The routes have got to be the end zone. A good thing we're at the 9 because the routes are long enough. We can go to the end zone. Just don't force anything. If you do this right, you could have at least 2 shots at this. At least 2. If you do this right.
Senior class at Urbana High School has never seen a home win. 17 seconds on the clock. Meeker doesn't have a lot of time. Finds Chico. Chico will not get to the end zone. The Tigers have to spike the ball. 8 seconds left. They are hurrying to the line. This ball has to be spiked or it's got to go to the end zone. It's Meeker throwing it away.
Okay.
Half of a second is left on the clock. The game's over. Central wins. The streak continues. (35-34) your final score. It was a situation where the Tigers had to get up and spike the ball, and they just couldn't quite get to the line in time to figure something out. The final play thrown away by Meeker rather than a spike. And that is the ball game. 35-34, the Maroons take the trophy back home to their house. So, one more broadcast for our football team. That's on October 20th, senior night against Manual. The Tigers have one more shot to break into that win column here at home. And that is our game. So we thank you for tuning in to this homecoming football game. And it was a good game that the Maroons are able to take home, 35-34. And we'll see you on October 10th for soccer. For our whole crew, Ricardo Vargas, Jason Liggett from Miller Calhoun, I'm Joey Wright.